Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. My name is Gidster. In the previous episode, we built up this pretty amazing gold farm that I've been really looking forward to. We also did some work in the villager district. We built up 2 brand new houses. Also, we got some new villagers with some overpowered enchantments. In between episodes, I went into the nether and I tried to make my nether hub actually useful. So I went out 500 blocks in each direction and I poked a hole through the bedrock. And then I went out 1,000 blocks in each direction and poked another hole through the bedrock. That way I'll be able to fly through from my nether hub to any of the 4 directions, and then I can travel really quickly. So with that out of the way, let's get into today's episode. I'm thinking we start over here at the notice board, and I really would like to do a pumpkin and melon farm. We're kind of doing villagers right now, maybe a sugarcane farm soon, and the wool farm for sure. But I would really like to get a pumpkin and melon farm because the farmer villagers actually trade you pumpkins and melons, and that way we can get tons of emeralds like really quickly, because the automatic pumpkin and melon farms are pretty good. Like, they give you tons of melons and pumpkins like fairly quickly, and it's all just AFK. I think one thing that I struggle with is adding function to builds. Like, these buildings are just, you know, empty. I guess this one is a villager breeder, but it's like, if I have a building, I should try to fill it with something. So this one, I'm gonna try to, I have an idea. I'm gonna make it slightly bigger so I can fit more villagers in there. And then these guys are just getting wet. And maybe I should just put a pumpkin or melon farm right in this area, and then we just cover it up with a building that looks pretty decent, right? So instead of measuring out an area first and then building, let's just build a melon and pumpkin farm, and then we'll just build a building around it. Chicken. That's something that I feel like I struggle with, is making something that looks decent, like pretty good, and then actually adding function to the build, like not just having, you know, builds that are empty with nothing inside. So let's try out something here. I'm not exactly sure what size of an area I'm gonna need, so let's just line out like a pretty big area. So this is 16 by 16. I think that's slightly too big, because if we're gonna have this plus the building, maybe we just go with like slightly smaller so that the building will kind of end up being that big. It'll be kind of big compared to some of the other buildings, but that might be okay. Okay, this is 13 by 13, so I think this is more reasonable. I think this will work. So the water only obviously works 4 away, so it would be like this, and then I think we're gonna need 4. Yeah, we're gonna need 4 pieces of water. This is a bit of a problem. I don't know if I even have any melons or pumpkins. Oh no, let's go find out. Well, I got melons. There just happened to be a wandering trader that showed up that sold pumpkins, so I'm gonna buy them from him. Let's go. I think it's more efficient if you plant your melons and then your pumpkins like in rows. Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh no. I just wasted all those melons and pumpkins. I'm so dumb. Oh no. Remember, you gotta leave space for the melons to like actually grow. Look, I got our first melon already. Let's go. I didn't even finish planting. So we got pumpkins and then melons, then pumpkins again, just alternating back and forth every other row. And I think that like increases the efficiency. I'm not sure. Oh, look, our first pumpkin. Looks like I got all the stems planted in. So let me explain like the basic concept behind this kind of farm. Oh no. This observer watches this stem, and whenever the stem changes when the pumpkin grows, it'll fire into this block. There's a piece of redstone dust that will actually fire and then make this piston fire downwards. And so let's see if I break this. Piston pushes and we get a pumpkin. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put in all these observers and these pistons.
Okay, here we go. Focus. Speed. I am speed.
I really wish crawl mode was a thing in the Bedrock Edition. It would make my life so much easier. I could just do this so much easier.
Oh my god, he on X Games mode.
Just a simple rail line should do. The collection system here is working. I just need a way to unload the minecart. So if I put a couple hoppers here and I put powered rails over them, I should be able to like set up the unloader system. I think it's made with a comparator, and you should detect. So you detect if there's a signal coming out of this hopper, and then you'll power this block, which will turn off this redstone torch, which in turn will turn off these powered rails. So if there's anything going into this hopper, this comparator will see that that's there. It'll power this block, turning off that redstone torch, and then powering this block, and then it'll go into the repeater, and then the repeater will turn off the rail. And there it goes. So our collection system should basically be working now. And now I just need to have something down here for it to go into. And for that thing, I think I'm gonna make it a dropper, and I'm just gonna send it off somewhere else. I don't know where I'm gonna send my things yet to be put, but I don't want to have just like a chest down here. So for now, I'm just going to have it put a dropper here. Once the items are unloaded into the dropper, I need to have them sent out into wherever I'm going to go. So I'm going to do that by doing a comparator signal here to see if there's items in there. And then we can put the repeater signal. This will power it, right? And this will create a clock, right? This will constantly go in a loop. Then we want to take the signal from this clock that constantly runs with this redstone dust here, put our redstone repeater. So this is also taking, this is a clock, but this is just going this way, taking signal from it. And if you put this into a block behind the dropper, Karchinga, it'll start spamming out blocks. So for now, I'm just gonna put a chest here, and it'll just get put into the chest. We'll just leave it like this for now. And I think I'm gonna have something here where like maybe I'll have like tons of little like 3 or 4 of the things, and then we can put our sugarcane farm here, and like it'll just get sent through a water stream and get pushed up to here, and then like it'll just be like a single chest or something. I don't know, somewhere to store these items. I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna store these. And that does it. This is a fully functioning pumpkin and melon farm. The only block that you can see is this one too. So, I mean, obviously these ones are only stone brick because I want them to be stone brick. But yeah, I just got to put a building around the outside. We definitely have to have like something on this eye level right here so the pumpkins or melons don't fall out the side. But I think it's working. Let's go. It is working, but now it needs a building. So why don't I go into a time lapse and whip something up that looks pretty decent, and you guys enjoy. I will be right back. So what do you guys think? I kind of like it. I added the melons in here to these vines, kind of similar to, you know, the vines we had on those, and I kind of like it. You know, I think the melons, they look good. They kind of add to it. I kind of like it. Up at the top here, I left it fairly flat, and I was thinking I could build like a temple at the top, similar to how we have it on El Castillo, but it could be like a broken down one instead. So instead of having like a whole actual temple, we'll just build up some of this like this. And maybe we'll add like add some stairs like this and some walls maybe, and that'll like have it look like it's kind of broken down. So if we do this, that, and maybe some stone bricks like this. So it's kind of like it's like a pillar, right? It's like a pillar that looks like it's going to be one of those pillars, but it's all like kind of cracked and broken down. Maybe we do some stairs in like the pillars like that, and maybe a wall in there. Yeah, I think so. It just kind of like that broken down feel, like that maybe was a temple here before, and then, you know, it's, you know, just decayed. Everything's crumbled down over in this area. And then maybe we connect this pillar to this pillar, like somewhat with just a little bit of something, so that it looks like more of a building was here than just like the pillars will be left. Like maybe something similar to like this, I guess. Something like that. It looks like there was something here, you know? I kind of like it. It's really broken down. There's not much left. It's in ruins, you know? Oh man, this is good. I like it. Okay, there we go. Now it's not just completely empty on top, but it looks like there was a temple on top, or some sort of building on top at one point. I actually kind of really like the way that this turned out. This looks really good. One thing that I noticed is that it's like really close to this building. I wish there was a bit of space, but I mean, I can't really change that now. Maybe I could move this building over, but that'd be a lot of work, and it'll be okay. Maybe I'll just kind of squeeze the other buildings together, so that way this being so close doesn't actually look really that weird, you know? If all the rest of the buildings are close together, then this one being close together wouldn't really be weird, you know? It'd be just normal. Oh, that's not too bad. I mean, it's not amazing, but like that's pretty good. I mean, I guess I haven't been in here for too long. It's only been like maybe 30 minutes building that thing, so I think overall this is pretty good. That's a lot of emeralds. I still got to figure out where I'm going to store it and not just leave that chest down there, but maybe that's just a problem for later. It's one of those things where you just you be like, yeah, for later I'll do that, and then I never do it. Right? Don't let me forget. Remind me to do that later. One of the other things on my agenda is I would like to have this pathway come and just come all the way up here, and then actually I want it to go high up. Like I want it to be like 4 or 5 blocks higher than it is right here, and almost basically at this level. So I want to continue this path along here, so that's on my agenda for now. And I was also thinking, what if I take this part of the path, right, and go underneath? So this one goes up, and then this one goes underneath, and it can come out over here. I don't know, I think I really like the idea of having this path like actually go up towards into the air, and having this side be more of a cliff, like it'll be like a straight drop off. Part of the reason for that is because I don't exactly know how to fill in this area, so I think we can just make it a cliff all the way along here, right? All the way along this whole section will be a cliff, and then this pathway will actually be underneath, like a tunnel almost, and maybe that'll actually give me easier access to the villager thing too. So I want to figure out a general height that I want to go with. So I'm going to straighten it out this way, and it's going to curve, then go up, and then probably just back down again. So I'm going to figure out a general height that I want it. If you were wondering, Samantha is still alive and doing very well. All right, well, hopefully this will help you visualize kind of what I was talking about. This cave here, this path will come through this way and go that way. And then this one will actually go like this. And let's take a look at what it looks like from above. I like it. I like the pathways. They do really well. They really like kind of add to it. They make it look like there's more in here. So I can imagine there be these pathways all the way through here, and it'll really add to that effect of it being like a town or a city, I guess, will be finished. Look at that. You can imagine the pathway all the way through this whole city. Oh man, it will look so much better. I love it. Maybe I might have to work on doing these pathways, but I don't want to put the pathways in too soon and then be like, oh no, I have to move it. There's a building in the way or something like that, you know? So I wasn't able to get it all done, but in the next episode, I'll do a big terraforming episode, I suppose. I'll do this pathway and do this cliffs and everything. We'll work on getting it done in the next episode, and maybe we can try to move the villagers and work on the sugarcane farm. I'm not sure. If you guys think of anything else we can add to this board, we can work on that in the next episode as well. That's gonna have to do it for this episode. I think it's a little bit shorter, but I'm not just gonna try to extend an episode just to hit some sort of time limit or something. I feel like we got a lot done today and I made a lot of progress, so I think that's where I'm going to have to end it here. It's probably going to be a little shorter than usual, but that's okay. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like this build. I hope you like the pathway. If you guys did like it, leave a like, and if you would like to watch more, please subscribe. And until the next one, stay spicy, boys.